There are a lot of types of fear. There's the instinctive animalistic one, so you don't do dumb things like jumping off a big building. Without fear, we wouldn't be here, as our ancestors wouldn't have survived. So I want to explore fear and how it evolved over time. So for my interviewees, I made 3 different categories. 1. Gross fear, like something that's morbid, diseased, disgusting. For example, medical gore and realistic gore in a movie or TV show. 2. The unnatural fear, monsters or uncanny valley, something like grabbing you in the dark. 3. Terror, which is like psychological and emotional in your head kind of fear. What was scary to you as a kid that isn't to you now?
I used to have this fear of getting buried alive. What made me overcome this fear was the realization that this won't affect my everyday life.
I think my current greatest fear would probably be living an unfulfilling life. In a way where when I finally, kick the bucket, I'm not satisfied with my life. I think the entire concept of just spending so much time living and yet being still unsatisfied whilst dying is kind of terrifying, honestly.
In the 3 categories I mentioned before, which one is the scariest to you?
Probably the unusual or the absurd, something that you can't control. So I guess that's also kind of ties into my own fear, if you really think about it, because I can't control it. I mean, I can control it, but it's the inability to control the absurd, which makes it amplified into a fear, which... I mean, there's gore fear, there's terror fear, which those are pretty scary, but when you encounter a Twilight Zone episode when you can't do anything about it, how do you escape from it? That's pretty terrifying.
My greatest fear in life definitely is the feeling of regret and also fear of the unknown, mostly the unknown. Because I always worry about what my decisions will do, because I always try to have the best intentions, but sometimes they don't really go my way.
I'd say gross fear because I'm not really good with gore or blood, or if there's a movie where someone's cutting something, it just freaks me out kind of, because I can feel it happening at the same time.
Upon analyzing the responses, it became evident that as children, the interviewees mostly said fears related to bodily harm or morality as ones they overcame. In contrast, in present times, the theme shifted towards regrets about life choices. Notably, terror emerged as the most feared theme, aligning with current fears as of now. Cujo, what's your greatest fear?
The heat death of the universe.
Oh.
Oh, God.